Okay, so full disclosure here, like many of us out there, I know I'm not alone, but I didn't want to see this movie get made. I didn't think it was a good idea, potential cheap cash grab. It was unnecessary, as most sequels are. And I gotta say, I've never been so happy to be so wrong because at this point, I am really happy this movie was actually made now. And with that, I'm welcome to another episode of The Romantic. My goal, as always, is to enhance the movie watching experience. So Toy Story 4, of course, a long-standing series at Pixar, going back to, I believe, 1995. So this has been around for almost 25 years here. And damn, I feel old. And, for me, I consider it's probably the best animated franchise we've ever seen. And at the time, when the trilogy was complete back in 2010, that was about 9 years ago, I thought it was a pitch perfect ending here to almost a virtually flawless trilogy, which I thought probably one of the best trilogies we've ever had. And that's coming from a Star Wars fan. And so obviously, like I said, they announced the fourth one. I was really worried about that at best we get something that's just okay, didn't live up to the magic, to the standards which Pixar has set before us here. And like I mentioned before, they hit it out of the park here. This movie is great. And this is exactly why Pixar is not only the best in the business in animation. Personally, I think they're the best studio making movies currently right now, even above Marvel. They have such a high level of consistency. And I know they had a few faults here and there, but not very many. Most of the movies, when they hit, they're home runs, just like this one. It's just like the entire Toy Story franchise. And I'm really glad they were to find a good story to continue from where they left off. Back, with the toys were donated, to Bonnie, the new girl. Of course, Andy giving the toys away, and it picks up around that same, time frame more or less. And man, it's just they find such a great story here, really focusing more on Woody. This is really Woody's journey here, and by the end of the movie, you get a good sense that his journey is finally complete. With the end of the last part 3 was a good ending for all the characters together, the whole ensemble. That story arc that started back in the first one. There's some more centered more about Woody and giving him a much well-deserved send-off, and I think it was really well earned here. And this is where not only they give a good mix of the old, but they toss in some new things in here, and a lot of new toys. We have great characters, but Key and Peele play a couple of these plush dolls, which are scene stealers, along with Keanu Reeves, of course, who's having a great year thus far, coming off John Wick and probably the best cameo of the year in Always Be My Maybe, the Netflix movie, which isn't too bad. He plays Duke Kaboom here, this kind of stunt Canadian motorcycle driver, and he's great in it. The return of Bo Peep, of course, who we saw in the first couple of Toy Stories, and everything just worked really well. This story gelled very well. It's told, again, as always, as Pixar always does, and it's drive home these themes which us as adults relate to, and here centering mainly on finding yourself, finding a sense of purpose in yourself, where it's kind of things where us as adults can relate to. I always say that Pixar, they're animated movies, but they're not for kids. They're kid-friendly animated movies, but are geared more towards adults in terms of the themes, which is why even at my age, I'm still able to appreciate it and love them so much. And I love this franchise. I love what Pixar does, and who doesn't? And I think this is one where everyone's going to be pleased by what they gave us here. It was a worthy entry. This just wasn't just treading on the name Toy Story, hoping to make a buck for Pixar. This is a worthy entry into the franchise. And I thought the humor was probably the best out of all 4 of them. I'm not saying this is the best of the Toy Story, because it's not. Out of the 4, maybe the 4th best one. But again, it's such a high bar standard with the other 3. But this movie excels in the humor. The animation, of course, is gorgeous. The attention to detail is like none other. And of course, as all with Pixar, it's gonna tug at those heartstrings. You will shed a tear here and there more than likely. I know I did, and I usually do when it comes to Toy Stories and just Pixar in general for the most part. I can't help myself, and it does a good job of combining the heart and humor, great thematics with adult themes, and of course, enjoyable for the kids as well. This is such a great addition to this franchise. I couldn't be happier. I was really worried walking in here, and all the great reviews coming in before I saw it, and it really got me excited to see, okay, people are really enjoying it. I think it's 100% Rotten Tomatoes, if I'm not mistaken, and I understand why. This is maybe my favorite movie of the year so far. We'll see how it ends up by the end of the year, but thus far, it might be my favorite one. A great entry into a great animated franchise. You guys run out to the theaters and watch it. There's no reason not to. If you're a Toy Story fan, I guarantee you're gonna be pleased at the end of the day. So Toy Story 4, you guys wanna watch it? You should. Comment below, let me know what you guys thought. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.